computer. Greetings. So we'll kick it off right now, session 4, the YouAttest AD audit. And what we're going to do is walking through the what the process is to extract the data from the AD, and then we'll show the audit of the groups in the YouAttest. Okay, take it away.
Thanks, Garrett. So let's say we have a client who's using on-prem AD and they would like to create audits, campaigns, and do the attestation of the users that have access to their environment, to their on-prem AD. We have a way of getting that information, the user information, the groups, and the nested groups within those groups and OUs. We have a PowerShell script that we provide to the client to run it either on their AD or on a local machine that is connected to the domain. So when they do that, it will create a file in a CSV format on their machine, and then they can use that CSV file to upload into YouAttest and do their audits. So we're going to go through this guide and see how it is done until we record a live demo for you on the AD environment, and we will share that with you as well. So first of all, whoever on the other side is running the script should have the administrative access to ensure that the machine that is running the script is connected to the domain, and the person who's running that has proper permissions and proper DLL files to execute the PowerShell script. So once you have determined who that person is, he or she can come in and run that file that we will provide, the implementation team at YouAttest will provide to them, and we'll extract that file. Initially, the file will be in the text format. It's going to open in your notepad with the extension .txt. The client will have to convert it and change it to the PowerShell format with extension .ps1, which is really easy to do. When they open up the script in a notepad, they can save it as a PS1 file by going through these steps: AD script, selecting all files, and then just replacing .txt with .ps1. So once they hit save, it will be saved in the PS1 format and will be ready to run on your local machine or that's connected to your domain. So the administrator will run the command prompt and will enter the PowerShell on the CMD terminal. If the PowerShell is installed, it will straight take the administrator to that window and will show that the PowerShell script is enabled. If not, then the administrator can run this command if, for example, the PowerShell script has been disabled on purpose, or for any reason it's not enabled on the machine. They can run this command there on that machine and make the PowerShell script enabled. After that, they can give the command to go into the directory where they have downloaded that AD script. So, for example, if Shehrazam was the administrator, he will just go ahead, open up the file, copy the path that file is residing on, and then paste it over here in the command prompt. And he will be into that directory. Once he's in that directory, he can run that script by running this command .ad and then pressing the tab command, the tab button. It will automatically give him this syntax, and he can run this command there. Now, there are certain checks when you are running this AD script that we have enabled on the command prompt here. If you are not on the domain, the system will the script will give you the alert that if a machine is not joined to the domain. But if it's joined to the domain, it will give you the domain name, just like here in this one. It's a domain 2019.local, so you are connected to that domain and you can run that script as long as you're connected. Now, when you run the script, it will give you 3 options, just like over here at the bottom. Input your choices. If you press 1, it will let you search inside a specific organizational unit. If you want to fetch information from a specific OU from that AD, you can press 1. But if your target or your objective is to fetch the data from all the organizational units that are there on the AD, then your choice will be 2. Once you press that, it will fetch all the data from all the OUs. But let's say if we press 1, how are you gonna fetch the information from a specific OU? What will be the order of that command? Is OU is equal to, you will, let's say, YouAttest, and then comma, and domain controller is equal to domain 2019, which is right here. It's showing you it's connected to 2019. And then again, DC, the second part will be the .local part. So you'll just type local, and it will fetch the information from that particular OU that you've mentioned over here. Otherwise, you can just press 2, and it will fetch, without putting in anything else, it will fetch the information from all the OUs that exist in that AD. And then obviously, if you press 3, you will exit from the command prompt if you don't want to run that at that time. So once you have made your choice, either 1 or 2, the system is going to ask you the path where you would like to save that file, the extracted file from the AD. Once you provide that path to over here, input your path where you want to save the file. It could be the desktop, it could be the document folder. It will save a CSV file on to your system, which you can then import into YouAttest by going to this AD new resource, which I can show you live on the tenant as well. But let's go through here, and then I can show it to you. So once you click on add a new source, it's going to show you this new data source, and then when you click on choose file, select the file that you have extracted from that AD into a CSV format. It's on your desktop, maybe whatever path you give at that time, and then click on update and save. This file will be saved in the YouAttest library for you to go back to your user audits, which you can click on and see after pressing auto audits. The last option will be user audits. Once you come here, instead of selecting the API integration, click on Active Directory. As soon as you click on the Active Directory, the drop-down will appear. And the file that you have uploaded, the name of that file will be part of this drop-down. If it's a single file, if it's the first file, it will only show that name here, and you can select that file and save it. Hit next, you give the date, and then either you can say, well, okay, my target is all the users, go ahead and use that selection. Or if you have selected users out of that group or out of that file, you can go by groups or by individuals and mention which one you want to run the audit for. Now, once you click done, it is going to create an audit campaign for you, just like we saw in earlier cases. In case of a CSV and an application audit, it's going to be the same kind of file that you will be doing the attestation for, including the options provided by YouAttest to either certify, revoke, or delegate out to people inside the organization. So the basic part was to run the script, and which YouAttest will provide to the client, and then after that, it's really easy. Once the file is downloaded in a CSV format, all you have to do is go into the console and upload that file and create your audits there. So that's about it. About 4 to 5 steps, and it takes not more than 5 to 6 minutes.
And Shira is going to show what it looks like on the AD itself. So if you start,
that's great. Let me just stop sharing.
Perfect.
Over to you, Shira.
Thank you. Let me just go ahead and share my screen. Let me know when you guys can see it.
There we go. We see a.
There was an interesting question.
Yeah, take questions, please.
It's in the question chat by.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'll call it out. So on that, Kaushik, when you were running that query, so what if I have a client? So let me rephrase. Can we do it at the forest level? If they have multiple domains with a trust, do I need to do this at each domain, or will you be able to go across domains at that point?
That's Sharon or Zara take.
Right now, it's going to be one domain at a time. You have to go inside first one domain and then fetch the data from the OUs. But you have to select one domain for the script to work.
Okay, thank you.
But like for example, if a machine is connected to a one domain, isn't that how it works? That whatever domain is that machine's connected to, only that domain comes up when you're running that script, not the multiple ones.
Yeah, it could be multiple domains. Yeah, it could be multiple.
Okay.
I mean, you have to provide the right domain where your AD is hosted. So I'll just go ahead and walk you through with that. So I'm inside this jump server right now. All right. Just go ahead and remove everything over here. So basically, as Kaushif has showed you guys, that we have an AD script, the script which is on my AD machine right now. So the first thing that we ask the clients to do is go to CMD and open the command prompt as an administrator. Okay, so you hit yes. Okay, perfect.
And what's important, I should emphasize, is it doesn't have to be on the DC, but it does do checks to make sure that you have permissions to actually obtain the data through the PowerShell. Keep going, sir.
All right. So the first thing is, like, you have the AD script on your machine, and you have to make sure that this is on your machine. The first thing would be that you first enable PowerShell by writing PowerShell command. Just type in PowerShell. It would enter into the PowerShell mode. Now what you have to do is to give this the path of this this script as to where exactly this script is resided. I'm going to go into properties, grab this path, copy this. Just going to type in CD to go into this directory and hit next. So now I'm in this directory and I can access this this AD script. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type in the name by typing / I'm just going to do this. I have one more. So this is this AD script that you see. I'm just going to go ahead and run this script by selecting this script. And now what's going to happen is now it's going to ask for the domain. So it could be multiple domains that this machine is connected to, or just one domain, but we will grab all the domains connected to this machine and provide you a list of domains. Right now, this machine is connected with only one domain. So I will see only one domain that I will have to enter to confirm that I would like to go inside that machine. Okay, so you see I'm domain joined, and this is the domain that I am connected to, domain 2019. So if you have like multiples, you'll have like a comma over here, and then you'll have another domain, a comma, and another domain. You have to enter the domain which you want to use to fetch the users or group information. So I'm just going to input this domain, 2019, and I hit next. So now it's going to ask if you're looking to search inside a specific OU in your AD, or you're looking for the users and group information from all OUs. It could be one OU that you want to grab information from, or all OUs. I'm just going to go with all OUs just to show you that. And now it's going to ask for a path as to where exactly you want to save this file. For me, it could go to the desktop. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste this path and hit next. So now it is grabbing the group and users information from my AD, which is connected to this machine, and it's going to give me a file, a CSV file, which I can then use and upload. So it has created a file, and this is that file. So it has replaced this file. Just going to go ahead I'm sorry, this is a bit slow because we are running a couple of services on this machine. So this could be a little slow that you guys see at the moment.
All good.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
So so once you have this file, you have all the details
Yeah. So let's
about
do this. Let's go back to Kashif and then let him show the screen, because you have the file and he can show whatever. That was great.
Okay.
That was it. So what we did, team, to make sure is there's a lot of error checking in there to make sure that it's connected to the domain and has the permissions and all that. Okay. Rock and roll. Take it away, Kashif.
Sure, here we go. So now what you do, let me know if you can see my screen, please.
We see beautiful colors.
Great. So now I have that file on my desktop saved. I'll go back to my tenant, YouAttest, click on data sources, click on add new source. Since we have already covered, the PowerShell script, we'll just skip that here and click on choose file. I'm sorry, just give it a
Just
name
like the
first.
CSV
Data
stuff,
source.
just like the siloed
Yeah.
resources, all that. We have APIs and all that, but this is how most people want it done. So rock and roll.
Yeah, so I'll just go ahead and choose that file that I have here, for example, and I'll click update. Once it's uploaded, all you have to do is go to your user audits under these auto audits and create a new user audit. Now, by default, since it is integrated with my Okta tenant right here, so this has been pre-selected, I'm just going to go ahead and select Active Directory instead, since that's my objective. And I'll just, as soon as I do that, it will give me a drop down with all the files that I've uploaded using my Active Directory, or the CSV files that are there as a result of running the script. So I'll just go ahead and select one file that's on top, which is the latest one, let's say, give it a name, and then save and create the audit. So the target date to set the time frame, and click next. Now here, by default, it's all the users, active users, but if you want to go for selected users, you can also do that by individuals, by managers, and by groups. But I'm just going to go ahead and select all the users and click done. What it's going to do under user audits, it's going to display that file, that campaign right here. It's fetching now. So let me just open that test one that is already there. So this is also coming from a CSV file as a result of running the script on AD. So it's the same kind of thing which you see in the CSV use case, where you will have all these information, piece of information from your AD CSV, and then you can create your attestation audit and do your certification revocation, or you can delegate those out to most relevant people down the line, and finish the audit, show the evidence in form of a report, which looks something like this. We have already seen that, the PDF, or you can have it in a CSV format too. So that's about it.
Nice.
The real step was the running the AD script and fetching the information from AD. Rest, the functionality is essentially the same as for any other audit.
Hey, Kashif, I have a quick question for you. So on this account reconciliation, are you also pulling in service accounts? That's a two-part question. So are you pulling service accounts? And second, do you have the ability to group service accounts under a primary account so that they can certify their secondary account as well?
Yeah, so I would like Sher to take this one, but we do have, go ahead, Sher, please.
I can take this question. So we are going to be fetching the users. I mean, if you have like child accounts, if you have like multiple child accounts, we are fetching information from those accounts. So those accounts are being pulled nested accounts, and those are visible through our AD script in a CSV format that we then upload. So to answer your question, yes, we are getting all the nested accounts from AD.
So thank you. I don't think they would necessarily be nested in scenarios. So we have clients that, you know, AD is the center of their universe, right? So they have a lot of service accounts in there as well.
Right.
So they won't, I don't think they will necessarily be nested. But, you know, just having the ability to assign those, I don't know if you guys are familiar with like the concept of -A accounts, right? So very similarly, they would have these -A or secondary accounts, and we just want to associate them with, for example, your
You're splitting out your admin accounts.
Yeah, so you have your line number 4 there, service account. I want to assign that to Horton Web, line number 2. So do I have that ability, like pre-processing before the campaign goes out? So when Horton views his account, or certifying Horton's account, you're also certifying his service account tied to him. Does that make sense?
Perfect. Yes, that makes sense. It's just this, that once we have that information, we will, because when it comes down to us, we don't sort anything out on the CSV. But that is something that we can look into as to how we sort these accounts in a way that makes sense to you. So like you have like a service account and a user account tied to that service account. But right now, when it comes down to us, we pull all the information from the OUs and put that in a CSV. But if you were to, or if we can definitely look into this, if we can sort it out in a way that everything lines up with these accounts, that is something that we can look into, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.